Hello there, good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So this morning I was thinking of doing a repot of this plant here, which is the Piper Nigrum. I got this as an air layer plant back in 2018 and I've featured it numerous times. It's been different size pots since then. Was at one stage it was in a very large pot with a tower, and I've got that on the playlist, so have a watch if you want to see this plant's journey. And the last video, I can't remember when that was, but several months ago, I did have to sort of upgrade its pot. It had severe root rot, had died back, and I was getting it on the road to recovery. And the last video I did a repot and this orchid bark here. This is just pure orchid bark, and you know, it seems to like those conditions, and I removed it from this room and had it growing in the kitchen on the windowsill, which you know, it's done well. Only downside being in the kitchen with it, you know, being the area where I do a lot of cooking and steam is great for it, but then there's, when you're cooking with oil, those droplets get in the air and they can sort of get on the leaves, and the leaves have got this sort of shine to it. Not 100% the leaf, it's, I think a lot of it's like the oils in the air settled on the leaf. I've tried scrubbing it, but you know, I don't want to, you know, sort of damage the leaf itself. You know, I've used washing up liquid on it, and it has been plagued with green fly or aphids, which is very annoying because I can't use very harsh chemical sprays. Well, sometimes I do when it's got an infestation, and especially things like thrip come on them, then I will give it a spray on the underside of the leaves, because that's where they tend to lurk. And yeah, so this variety of peppercorn, Piper Nigrum, I believe is a Malaysian variety, and I have in previous videos shown the difference in the leaf shape. The leaf shape doesn't have this sort of, you know, these sort of broader shoulders like a heart shape to it. It's got the typical ovate shape of a leaf, but I say it's missing those broad shoulders. Excuse me. And this is not my first Piper Nigrum. I've had different types. I've had some from Sri Lanka, and I've even bought one here which had a very small dark leaf, and it grew okay, but I don't know, it was just very, very small, you know, the leaves on it. And that was, I think, after I got this, I got the small leaf variety. Anyway, I don't have any of those now, just have this one. And I was thinking doing a repot because I'm constantly having to water it. So the downside of keeping it in orchid bark is the frequent watering, probably every 3 days, and that's not even in a sunny position. So it's definitely not holding enough water, because I watch the leaves droop really quickly. So what I've got here is I've got a mixture of orchid bark with the citrus compost, and I'm going to repot it into there. So it's not much bigger pot size than what it's in now, because say I don't want to take all this orchid bark into that pot. I want it to have more sort of retentive sort of compost, so it can cling on to more water. So yeah, so if you're growing Piper Nigrum, you're in the UK, this is just my method of growing it. As I say, I got my first plants, well, this variety, I got this from Bangladesh in 2018, and you can have a look at my past videos to see the original, well, back in 2018 I wasn't on YouTube, so there are pictures of this plant when it first arrived, and it had peppercorn, what they call drupes, hanging off it, but it has never produced those since. Unfortunately, those dropped off, and it would be nice to get another variety of Piper Nigrum. They aren't the easiest plants to find. You will scour the internet and see lots of people selling Piper Nigrum seeds, basically just peppercorns probably taken out of their pepper mill and selling them. They will not work, and the reason being is I contacted a actual peppercorn farm, English owned farm overseas, and they said even theirs is organic, the peppercorns are still subject to a treatment to kill off any bacteria. So whilst they treat these peppercorns, there could be tiny mites around the seeds, so they have to give them a specific treatment, whether that's heat, plunging them in boiling water, or a chemical. Either way, that kills off the growing part of the seed. So basically the seed is cooked. So anyone selling them over the internet, unless they've got fresh seeds that have just come straight off the plant and you've dried them yourself, then it's highly unlikely you will get any peppercorn Piper Nigrum plants out of it. And there's lots of YouTube videos showing how they've grown them, and up pops these little plants, and a month later they're huge, so I don't believe those. But yeah, it would be nice to get another variety. Places like Malaysia, they grow and export tons of peppercorn. I'd love to go to a peppercorn farm and see that up close. That means going to Malaysia. But yeah, I'd love to go and see these growing in their sort of natural habitat. Right, so I've got it down at floor level because it's going to be terrible trying to repot it on the windowsill, and any mess that falls out can be swept up, easy to do. So I'm going to tip it up and have a look at the roots, and then hopefully there's enough space in there, and get the repotting done. Right, so have a look at the roots on that. Definitely due for a repot. See if I can show you. The roots are actually coming up, back up to the top of the plant. So yeah, I mean, great for the plant, and you can see how nice and moist it is. That's because I'm literally watering it every other day, or every third day. But I can't do that, say if I go away, that's not going to happen, and so I'm at risk of losing it then. See little fuzzy bits on the end of the roots there. So yeah, excellent roots there. Hopefully it will like the new pot. Right, so it's in its new pot, and I've given it one sort of bottle of, well, one of these spray bottles that I've got to hand. I'll just tip the water in there and it has come out the bottom. I'm going to give it another bottle of water, and hopefully that will carry it through maybe to a week or so. We'll just have to see. I'll keep an eye on it, but I am going to take a cutting as well. It's always good to have backup plants. As I say, this is actually an air layer from the original air layer. I spotted something on there, a little bit of an aphid there. So it's got 4 separate stems. Well, they're not separate, they are coming from the base, and they do pop up, these new sort of runners appear. So I'm going to take, so it's always best to take cuttings off the growing tip. Sorry about this focusing. So this one, it's got a nice sort of combination of leaves, and let me see, there's a root node. You can see a root node there. Let's see where I'm going to take it from. So this is the cutting I've taken, and let me show you. It's got, I could have taken it up to this point here, but I thought it would stand a better chance with a longer stem. The reason being, it's got this root node here, which is the part that will be in water. This part here also has root nodes, and here as well. So if the bottom part fails, I can chop that bit off, and then hopefully the next section will root, and if that fails, then that's the final, that's the last resort there. So it's a decent size, and I've got it in this, put it in this water. See, the bottom part is where the roots are just touching the water surface, so don't cover the whole stem. I don't want to potentially rot the stem, so that's the aim, to get at least one healthy cutting, and that will hopefully be a backup plant, and I can keep that in the grow tent for now. It's warm in there and it's got light, and this will be going back in the kitchen. So although it doesn't get as much sun there, it has grown better, and you know, the humidity is, I think the humidity is the key to keeping these plants alive. Obviously giving them light too, but yeah, so that's it really. So hopefully everyone's enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe please if you haven't already. Press that thumbs up button, and thank you for watching. Take care everyone.